Well, hello everybody. If I can hear me over the top of them dogs. It's Thursday night, and I'm getting ready to packing up basically to head down south tomorrow afternoon. And I got a lot of little things I got to do before that. I got a couple of pieces of lumber I got to cut, and I got a load of laundry I'm doing right now. I got to get packed so I can have that ready to go. Because when I get off work tomorrow, it's heading straight on down. So the problem I have is I got so much stuff packed in the back there that I can't find anything when I need it unless I pull everything out. So I was looking for my square because I kind of need that, and so it took me a little while to dig it out. Well, there it is. I got those all cut and I got them loaded in the truck. I just keep adding more and more stuff in there, man. I still got to get the generator in the back there and haul it down with me this time. I'm able to leave it at a friend of mine's down there at his house, and he can lock it up, and I don't have to worry about it getting taken or anything like that. And that way I'm not having to haul it back and forth all the time. So that's going to work out awesome. Got to clean up my mess here of the sawdust and everything. Every time I go into the house, I'm tracking in. So I figured I'd just give it a quick sweep. So I'm not having to always clean up after myself in the house. There, that ought to help. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Lazy R Ranch. I'm probably about 20 miles or so away from Sierra Blanca. Heading through these mountains here, and one thing I probably didn't mention to you before was the fact that where I'm at, the county I'm in, is actually in mountain time. So I took off early on Friday today at noon. Had all my stuff pretty much loaded already, and now, since the time change down here, it would have been 2:38. Now it's only 1:38, so I just gained an hour of work down here, and that's going to be good because it's a beautiful day. I'll show you here. Temperature is right at 68 degrees. Perfect working day. Doesn't seem like there's really any wind here. I haven't really checked the forecast or anything down here, but I'm going to try and get a little bit of work done today. I've got a couple of things I need to fix that came up last time I was here, and I pondered on it the last couple of weeks, and now I've got it pretty well figured out. At least I hope I do. I guess I'll find out when I get out there and start getting going on it. But that's the plan for the day, and then I'm going to leave and actually going to go to El Paso tonight, and I'm going to stay there and grab a load of lumber from either Lowe's or Home Depot and a few other things, and then head back in the morning to my ranch and get started in the morning. It's supposed to be a little cooler tomorrow, so I don't know how early I'm going to start. I'm not going to work when it's out really cold, but I do need to try and get a lot done this weekend if I can. We'll see what happens. Well, back at it. I'll show you what I've got to do out here. Hopefully this wind isn't causing too much problem with my audio, but I was trying to measure off of this corner to this corner and then get things straight and over here, and I'm finding that I am off just by an inch or two when I get to the end here. So I'm gonna redo some measuring and try and figure it out. The other thing I got to do is I noticed I've got to lift this up a little bit. I'm sagging just a little bit in the middle, but I brought some jacks with me. I'm going to jack it up, and that's what I cut those boards for, is to get this set up a little bit. I also have some shims with me too. If I need to, I can get that going too. So that's what I'm going to start working on. All right, so the problem I had is I had these two boards were off just enough to make a tremendous difference as I was going down here and getting these straight. And I should have done this in the first place. And this is where I was brainstorming back home. Well, here's what I got to do. I got to put a string line up from corner to corner, get that thing straight. And this looks a little off, like right up here, but this is because that board is warped. I can take and push that board in just a little bit, and we're fine. And I'm going to have to do the spacers in between these anyway, because I can see that in the sun and the little bit of snow we got a weekend to go, I have one that's severely warped over there. But by toenail in the middle in the proper place and then putting those spaces in between, it'll all even out. I'll get them all straightened up. So I'm going to commence to working on getting these set up properly. What I'm grabbing, oh, the other thing I was going to show you too, this is kind of incredible. I think it's an optical illusion. So I got my big 8-foot, and I'm going to check this all the way down, and I'm also going to put a string line from this corner here all the way up to that end straight across as well. But if you look at this thing, man, I can't get any more level than that, other than maybe just a little bit. So I'm going to put that string line on there and see how it looks all the way across. If I need to jack it up and put a little bit of wood underneath there, that's going to be easy. That's nothing. Like I said, I brought my jacks with me. I can jack it up a little bit, stick a shim underneath wherever I need to on my pillars, and get that leveled out. Obviously, like I said, when you look at it kind of like this, to me, looks like it's kind of leaning down a little bit this way and leaning down just a little bit the other way too. But according to that, man, I'm dead on. And I'm dead on when I put it across here too. That's exactly level. So problem solved. I'm gonna get to work here. All right, well, I got my stupid little mess figured out, and everything is right as rain. All right, we're 24-inch on center, every one of them. Now, what I didn't realize was I had these on the wrong side, so I've been lifting up, putting it back down on the other side, and then I got to give it a little bit of a love tap. I'd probably loosen up some of the nails on that side there. But, and I'm one board short here because I have one back there that I had to cut a piece off for a little bit of a project out here when I was straightening some stuff out. I'm going to the store to get, like I said, Home Depot or Lowe's to get more lumber anyway. But, man, this was bothering me for the last 2 weeks trying to figure this out. And it was just because I didn't have that straight. I should have put a string line on it. Speaking of string line, I've got, it's kind of under here, but I've got a string line right here too. And I'm trying to see what level. Well, this is looking, I mean, if you can see that, that's looking pretty good, man. I'm about dead on every one of them. There's a little bit of a dip down over there, and I've got a pillar over there. I can shim that up slightly, and then we should be good to go. But other than that, man, it's looking good. Makes me pretty happy that I got this dilemma figured out. Thank you, Dad in heaven, once again. Little side note here. I just realized as I'm walking beside my truck that somebody backed into me at some point. Thanks, whoever it was. Well, I'm going to wrap it up for today. It's about 4 o'clock. I'll be back into El Paso at 5:30. I'm going to drop this bad boy off at my friend's house out here. He's going to keep an eye on this. Anytime that I come out, I can go pick it up, and then when I'm done with it, then I'll haul it back to my shop. But that's going to be a big help tomorrow. So until tomorrow, I come back and start working on doing this all over again. We'll see you. Good morning, everybody. Back at it, back from El Paso. And neat thing I noticed now, I'll stop here so I can kind of adjust this, but you can actually see my foundation as I'm coming up the road here. It's going to be really exciting, even more so when I get the walls put up and you can really see the building coming along. Well, I'm back at the homestead. I made it. Got a little crazy as I was coming up my these things kind of bounced a little bit too much. Almost lost some of it, but I counted it here, and I do still have all the 1x4s yet that I'm going to use as bracing in between the floor joists. My first task this morning is going to be leveling off that one in the center there, just lifting it slightly. It doesn't have to go up much, but I'm going to jack it up, and then I'll get that to level so that it's even with the string line. And then from that point on, I'm going to continue putting on some more floor joists and get that all wrapped up for the day. And then after that, of course, the task is going to be putting in those holders or those braces in between, and getting the floor joists straightened out. Somewhere along the line, my cable came off from my truck, and so now I'm going to have to get a new one and splice it, because it mangled it up pretty good. So I hope I don't get stopped when I'm heading back with this trailer, just because I ain't got any lights on here. I'll have to fix that when I get back. Anyway, it's a cool, breezy day. You can probably hear the wind a little bit. I'm trying to face away from it, at least I was. Anyway, there's some cattle out in the pasture out there. Anyway, it's about 50 degrees right now, but that wind makes it a little brisk. But that's all right. Once I get moving around out here, it's going to be just fine. All right, well, I got things set up, about ready to go. You might be able to hear the generator in the background. Yes, I have a generator, and I also have my air compressor, and I'm about to hook up my nail gun and do these a little bit easier than what I did last time. Hopefully this isn't going to cause any pain, but we'll see what happens. That is so much easier than using that hammer all the time. It's going to go by pretty quick. It's probably going to be kind of a short day for the most part, just because of the wind. I didn't get the insulation sheeting that I wanted to get put underneath. There's no way I would be fighting that like crazy, and I'll wait for another day when it's not quite so windy and move on from there. So another handy little tool to bring with you if you're doing something like this. This is great. You got boards that are a little warped, whatever. You can push them together, nail them together, problem solved. So now, time to move on to putting the spacers in between, getting everything lined up that way too. All right, so last weekend, that center one was causing me fits on the other side, and I used my truck to push it over. And so, as you can see, that one's a little crooked. So I've got a 2x6 over here. I'm going to cut it, and I'm just going to add on a little bit to that piece there. Then I can straighten out this this last rim joist. All right, problem solved. And I'm not worried about that little overhang because that's going to be actually underneath my deck, so it doesn't make any difference. But I just kind of scabbed it in, got it ready to go, and it did make a difference. That board on the other end, the other 12-footer, is a little warped. That'll get straightened out once we get the once I get the stringers in there, or the braces in between, get that all straightened up. But otherwise, that little project is complete. All right, so here's all the boards I cut, a few over there. And of course, you saw me using a template. For me, it's just easier. I get everyone exactly the same, and it'll work out just fine in the end. So the idea here is to, I've got the center marked here where I'm putting these, but there's one going like this, and then the other one will go like this. And so we'll have like a crisscross there in the middle. And what that'll do for me is allow me to make sure that these boards here in the center are all the same distance apart going down. If you recall, I had a couple of these down here that were pretty warped. Sorry about the noise there. And that'll help take out some of that. Oh, here it is. That'll take out that warped look and then help me to get everything all straightened up. But it's about getting done. Oh, and shout out to my buddy Joe. He got stopped out earlier this morning to see how progress was, say hi. And here just a little while ago, he stopped by and brought me a present. He brought me a transom level. So now, after I get done doing this, I'm going to go to work and get this thing set up and check all the areas of this and get it exactly 100% perfectly level. Thanks, Joe. Well, that's a wrap for today. Got a heck of a lot accomplished. I don't know who figured out how many board feet I needed to get those braces in there, but yeah, it wasn't right. So that's all right. I will cut those back at my house. That way I don't have to worry about doing that here. That'll be the first order of business when I get back the next time, whenever that is. Man, I'm thankful that Joe gave me that transit level. Made a heck of a difference, man. I got this thing level, corner to corner, throughout the center, all the way along. I have a few shims that I might have to replace with some treated lumber, but otherwise, man, it's looking good. Looking good. Started at about 10:30 today. It's about 4:30 now, and I think I took maybe a 5-minute break, and that was about it. Otherwise, it was pretty much go, go, go the whole time. And I tell you what, man, my back's feeling it. I can tell you that much. It was a lot of work, but it's nice to be able to be to this point. So the plan for next time is to put the foil insulation on. I might have already told you that, but that's the plan. Obviously finish those braces, and I may bring some a couple of rolls of insulation to lay down in here, and a few sheets of probably 5 sheets of decking, and maybe get that started a little bit. That will be an awesome feeling to be able to get that part of this operation started. So we'll see how it goes, man, and see when I can get back next time.